Okay, we're going to South Hawkins. It's 1:45, it's 4 o'clock. He lost his sunglasses and we're running low on fuel. But we're gonna go Hawkins, spend the night, then we're gonna go over the hill, South Hawkins, go to Hawkins, hit the PCT. We're gonna take the PCT back. This is the plan anyway. Little Jimmy. See Little Jimmy, and then come back through Windy Gap. And we may come back down that one, but probably come back down this one right here and head back to the car. And the car is parked like right down over there by the cafe, sort of by the cafe, right at the trailhead for this hike. There's the only scar on this side where the fire come down to that side of Little Jimmy. That's it. But the other side, we'll see how damaged that is tomorrow. Hopefully. Tonight, Hawkins. And then in the morning, we'll drop down towards Rattlesnake just a little bit. And I'll try to show, I want to show him that trail that we were on the last video, previous this one. Which is the same day, by the way. I don't know the name of this spring, but it's the only one that en route to South Hawkins. So if you stop, you want to get yourself some water here. I don't know how far back it goes. Probably not that far. Probably safe just to drink from it, but he's got the Sawyer, so put it to use. I have two bottles and a canteen. One bottle's for my soup, one bottle's for a couple coffees, the canteen's for everything else. But tomorrow, we work our way around Little Jimmy. We won't need a filter there. That's crystal clear. You can drink it. I don't know anybody who even claims to have gotten sick from that spring. And people have been drinking from there for over 100 years. Look at that, there's some big mountain sheep. Look at that. That's a big mountain sheep. And it looks like there's a deer or a smaller mountain sheep with it. Going all the way up. Maybe we'll get lucky. See one. We've been hiking since 6 this morning. It's 4:50 now. Or 4:15, I'm not sure. Looking back at Islip, Little Jimmy, we came up this way. Loch Ness. But I've always had my eye on this out here. I've camped up here. I've always had my eye on a little spot down here for multiple reasons. Sunset being number one, sunrise being number one. I mean, but you got these logs, wind locks. Right now the wind is going this direction. It's blowing from behind me towards us. So it's perfect. I have an open tarp. I'm gonna set up with the mouth open that way, catch the full sunrise. But look at this, is awesome spot to camp. We can use these logs in our setup. We'll find something really cool. But this has been on my list to do this for years. Look at that. So cool. Now we're not going back the same way tomorrow. We're gonna go this way 2 miles, hit the PCT, ride it along the north side of the mountain, go check out Little Jimmy, see how bad it's burned. Fill up at the spring and then head down. We're gonna get back down in the car. We're gonna go down to Wiener Schnitzel, stop off and get 1 corn dog each, because I want to show him where the old 1970s Wiener Schnitzel commercial was filmed with the Bigfoot. The guy in the Bigfoot costume that was eating the hot dog was filmed at that Wiener Schnitzel. There's a picture of it on the wall. I'm gonna show him a historical Bigfoot site. Okay, as I thought possible, there isn't really any flat areas to set up, so we're gonna go back up. But I want to show them this area anyway, because Matt and I did this hike. We camped up here and then we came down here and we caught this Caught it out here. Caught it all the way down over there, up that ridge to Rattlesnake, over the ridge into the East Fork, other side of the East Fork, back to the car. We had a car waiting. That was a hard one. But from down there, just where you start up, where you start down to the dip before you start up to Iron, Rattlesnake, you can look down in Pachoda. That's Pachoda Canyon, the far one over there. You got that ridge running right there. At the bottom, it's Pachoda. That's the one we hiked up yesterday. We hiked it from way down there where it meets the road. We probably made it about a third of the way. But if we would have made it all the way, you can catch a road that goes up and comes over and goes over into PHARRAOH, which you wouldn't want to do that because they're back there shooting all day. Or if you catch it this way, you can catch Pigeon Ridge Road. But there's a full-on set of maps of road back there. I'll put a link to this hike and I'll show you. You can see that road. Now another one we did, Matt and I, and Eric, we came over from Baldy. We came over, we dropped, took us all day. Friday night we went to Baldy. Saturday took us almost all day to get down to the ridge. We had a couple hours of daylight left, but rather than drop into an unknown canyon, we camped right there on the ridge. Then we dropped down, we found a couple mines, dropped down into Dry Creek into Coldwater Canyon. Coldwater Canyon, 8 miles all the way out down to Heaton Flats, down to so we've covered this whole area here except for this. This is on my list. I want to do this. I want to come back here, I want to catch it, and I want to drop down in there. This is South Iron Fork, the South Fork of Iron Fork. I want to take this all the way down into Iron Fork. It's about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles above Ross Gulch, and then on out to East Fork and then back. I want to do that one, but I gotta wait till Matt to do it with me, and maybe one of his friends, or maybe Arizona or somebody. I want 2 guys that I can count on if something happens, to either help each other get out, or any one of us can take off on our own and go get help. I want that to be a 3-man. That's a questionable one. But the sun's going down, we gotta get set up. We're gonna go back up there somewhere, probably up on South Hawkins maybe, or on this side of South Hawkins to block the wind. Yeah, we have a view of a sunrise. Last of the sun. Yeah. We ended up just before the top of the peak, but we're gonna drop over down here, find something down this way. It's gonna get dark pretty quick now though. That's looking towards Rightwood. Behind this tree's Baldy. We'll find something down here. See anything?
I mean, I think there's probably enough space to flat.
What about down there by those trees? Yeah, I see a spot, I think. Since there's snow, we're gonna drop down where we got a little bit of natural wind block to keep from freezing tonight, because it's supposed to get pretty windy. I saw a spot from up there down by these 2 big boulders. It's blocked by trees and rocks and logs. Right down there where he is. I'll show you some of our camp. It's not complete yet, but my pack's pretty much emptied out now. This is food. Mini Trangia, titanium cup, steak, some vegetables. It's my lighting. There's his pack. He's gonna sleep there. I got the sleeping bag. Here's my tarp. I took my think it's a 9 by 10 tarp, 7 by 9, 7 by 10. Put it this way, halfway point, pegged it down, brought it over this way, and just guided out the, not the middle one, and the two sides. Brought these down. Used the tarp as the cloth, but I've also got a tie back under there to protect the cloth. I brought the 2-inch thick Thermarest full-on pad, tie back, then the tarp, heat sheet, and then the heat sheet just come up and wrap over. Slumberjack pillow, plasma 15. Figured it'd be cold up here. I brought thermals, I brought a down jacket, I brought a beanie that's on me. He's a North Face 0 degree bag. That's his wind block, double tarp, Thermarest pad. Probably just hang our food here. It's real cold. I don't think anything's gonna come around. You're making what?
Hot cocoa.
Cocoa?
Yeah. It's cold as
Fry
fuck.
me up a steak. Yeah, it is cold up here. Wind chill factor -0. Wind chill factor -0.
Ain't that the truth?
Woo! Hee hee hee. Hee 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 hee. Anybody remember that one? Besides Steve? Okay, we've hiked all day since 6 in the morning. We've eaten a little here and there, but we're starving. Snow. So I've got a steak on here, a ribeye steak. That's a brand new Trangia. It's a mini Trangia, but I had a brand new fry pan. I'm gonna have some chocolate mint dash tea, and here I've got the Idaho potato soup. I'll heat up. When that's done, I'll heat the water up while I'm eating the soup. Oh, to the side of zucchini, Mexican zucchini, the small ones, and
Shrooms.
mushrooms. Good meal, huh?
Good meal.
And you've already had what?
Red beans and rice. Adam, don't laugh. I like it.
5:45 in the morning. The sun's just starting to break over. It was cold last night, windy. When the wind stopped, it warmed up, but it was cold. He slept in a 0 bag, and he had to end up taking his thermals off and the heat pad out because he was barbecuing. I slept right here, and through there, I had a view of the city lights all night long. It worked. When the wind was really pushing on it, the tarp was right on my face with that 2-inch pad, but a little confining, but it worked. See it better in the daytime, but head up there. Slept with our food hung right next to us. Our kitchen. Look at this view we have. This is awesome. Well, the sun's up. It quickly got hot. We're behind this because it's pretty windy. See the branches. The mini Trangia with a new fry pan. Some spamula. And it's Hawaiian banana macadamia pancakes. They also make another one with chocolate. They make another one with pineapple. The pineapple one is awesome. First time trying this one, but it tastes good. Folgers in your cup. Look at this. You don't even need syrup for these. That come out really good tasting. pure deliciousness. So out there, that pointy mountain's Pine Mountain, then that dip in the middle, and then back up, that'd be Guffey. So straight below that is Prairie Fork. Prairie Fork we're coming across. You can't see Baden Powell from here, but it's right across, right in back of this.
In that where if you take Pine Mountain and you come out this ridge, and you come right down to where that saddle is, where it flattens out.
That's where we came across to go to Fish Fork.
That's Fish Fork right there that we're looking at.
That was a cool hike.
That was awesome. Matt and his elderberry syrup, man, that was so good.
Yeah, Matt made elderberry syrup for his pancakes.
Syrup, whatever it was, Jip. I threw my oatmeal. It was awesome.
He threw it in a pan and he smashed it and stirred it up and brought it to a simmer with some honey. And then he let it set and go back together in one form. And then the next morning he heated it up and used it as syrup and also put it into his tea. It was delicious. There's elderberries all over. What month?
We were in there in like September.
In September, it's jam-packed. Every 10 minutes you're walking along, there's an elderberry tree and you just stop and snack. Here it is. We're taking this Hawkins Ridge Trail to the Crest, the PCT. Now, if we wanted to, we could dip over to the right, half mile or so, mile and a half, and get Hawkins too. But this here in back of us is South Hawkins. It's Hawkins over there. But no, we're gonna just go left. I want to go see Little Jimmy. Now, there's a story about Hawkins Peaks, you know. There was Sadie Hawkins had the Squirrel Inn or something down there by Colbert Campground, and I guess she was blessed in a couple different ways up top, and I don't know, I've been unable to verify it, where the Hawkins, South Hawkins, North Hawkins, were named after her or not. So if anybody knows that and where they found it, let us know in the details. That'd be funny if it was. We just slept on her left or her right, I don't know. Here's a look at the route we did from the Crystal Lake. Come up. Down below us a few hundred yards is a trail. That trail picks up over there, goes all the way, that's pretty steep, goes up, around, and then we drop down that ridge on the other side. We ended up coming back over, and a few hundred feet below the summit, on that side by the rocks, is where we camped. And then we just came straight down through that snow. We've come up around this. So we've gone all the way around that mountain. Okay, if you know me, if we've hung out together and talked about our childhood and stuff, I told you about my one friend. We used to jump the train, ride the train, play chicken. Nobody had ever rode it past Harbor Boulevard because it was going too fast. Well, you probably can't see it, but the 57 freeway is over here. Fullerton Road is that dip. I live the other side of that. Okay, we caught the train east of that. We used to ride it to Harbor Boulevard, which is about a mile, mile and a half, and then we jump off. We'd have to jump out of the freight train. You have to jump over the rocks and dive and roll
so you don't get sucked back onto the train. That was always our fear, because one kid named Jimmy did get pulled back on the train, lost his foot. But so a kid named Mike and I were on it. We were playing chicken. Everybody else jumped off, and I'm like, Mike, jump, 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 and he wouldn't jump. No, 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 don't. I'm scared. I'm scared. So I jump off. Well, then you win, dude. And he took off, and he's going in the train. And he's all, tell my dad. Well, we were scared we were gonna get in trouble, so we took the bike back to his dad's, put on his step, knocked the door, and left. Later on that day, far later on that day, afternoon, watching Bugs Bunny cartoons and everything, and my mom gets a phone call. You guys seen Mike? My mom's like, you guys seen Mike? We all look at each other. She goes, you bastards. Mike's dad got a call from LA. Look, there's LA over there, the high-rise buildings. There's a high-rise building. There's LA. Now, other side of that, there's Alvaro Street, and that's where the Union Pacific is. Look at, he rode the train, the boxcar, he rode the train all the way to there. So I saw him after high school. He joined the Marines, and I didn't see him for a long time, but like 10 years after that, I saw him in the grocery store late at night, and I seen him like, oh, that's Mike Rovers. So I wait till he comes by. I didn't act like I knew him. And then I drop down, I start bowing. I'm like, we're not worthy, we're not worried. He said, what are you doing? He's like, Alan, is that you? I go, yeah. I go, dude, you're still the train ride champion. He's like, dude, that was seriously messed up what you did. But he still holds the record. As a kid, probably about 3rd grade, 4th grade, he rode the freight train. But out there you can see Signal Hill. You can see Catalina. I can see the Long Beach shipyards out that way, straight out there. You can see the Santa Fe Dam, Mount Wilson, of course, downtown LA. It's a great view from up here. The little trail from South Hawkins to the PCT is a really nice trail. So I just did the math in my head. This is 45 years later, he still holds the record. Today's panty-waist youth is never gonna beat that. We think this is above that spring. That spring's called Alexander Spring. But let me show you this burn over here. Okay, look. There's West Fork. It all burned. Look at that. It all burned. Bear Creek, I mean. West Fork too, but Bear Creek, look. Bear Creek all the way up past Smith Mountain, all the way up to Crystal Lake and beyond. Hopefully we'll get over there and be better view, but the West Fork of Bear Creek all the way up. That fire really did a number. But in places you can see it already coming back. Like right here. It came all the way down to the lake, but there's patches of it growing back already. Ooh, look at that. Looks like a dingo dog. That log, that branch growing out without the head. A giraffe. Look at that. Watch yourself. All my life I'd never stopped to worry about a thing. Open up and shout it out, never tried to sing. Wondering if I've done it wrong. You missed it, but you must belong. Where have all the good times gone? Diver down, Rock. Look at this twisted up tree. One of these grows at Laguna Lake in Fullerton. Been there since I was a kid. It's on its last leg. It's on its last root now. But straight in back there would be Hawkins. We're not going to go up and catch it, but we're going to walk right past it. So we come out Hawkins Ridge Trail. If you're coming up from Little Jimmy, you're coming down the PCT this way, southbound. You hit this Hawkins Ridge Trail. You can take this out to South Hawkins, spend the night, and then you can go down into Little Jimmy, or you can do it in reverse. Pacific Crest Trail, and there's Hawkins. You can see all the fire retardant hit this area, but they kept it from burning. So,
and that's 2 miles to the road. Where we camped, it was further than that, so it's more like 2.5 miles out to that.
Feels like 4.
Yeah.
It's a long trail, but it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
If you're going this way, you're going all downhill too. Now we have, let's see, 2 miles to Windy Gap.
Yeah.
Another half mile to Little Jimmy, and then we'll reverse that half mile, and then we have 2.5 or 3 miles down to our cars.
To our car, yeah. But we're all downhill now.
Yep.
Downhill.
So we are on the PCT now. Big whoop. Just another trail. Here's where the fire came down that way. It went into the Devil's Punch Bowl. It also dipped right down there. Here we are back at the notorious Windy Gap, and it is windy. Probably 40-mile-an-hour winds at least right now. Crystal Lake, 2.5 miles. That's where we're going back to the car. We're gonna take Little Jimmy 3/10 of a mile over and go check it out. We're doing this for you. We are doing this for you guys watching.
Right on about Vincent Gap Trailhead, 9.4 miles.
Thank you!
Yes, right in.
We're at Little Jimmy Spring. You do not have to filter from here. It's good to drink, just as is. I filled my canteen, 2 bottles. I'm taking those home to my dad. Right now they're chilling. Trangia going. Make some coffee. Actually, too much water. There you go. He's making some it's a hardcore, right? Hard Knorr sopa. It's delicious stuff. Stir fry yourself some onions in a fry pan with butter. Stir fry them. Get them fully cooked. Then throw them in water and boil them. And then make that soup. It's delicious. Right?
It is. It's one of my favorites.
So this is Little Jimmy. It doesn't look bad at all. In between those 2 trees there, way back there, you got that one tree with the split in it. It lived. It made it. Everything looks okay. There may be some at the far end. There's one burnt log out here. On the way in between Jimmy Springs and the camp, there's some damage. They cut down some of those big trees. But overall, the camp was saved. They saved it. It did touch the northeast corner. You got that whole hill over there, that whole mountain. Got this one out there. But I came down through there, burned all that on the west side. West side. Went down, jumped over and got into the Devil's Punch Bowl. And I hear everything was lost over there. That's what I hear. But I also heard all of this was lost. There's some damage back there. But I'd say more than 75% of Little Jimmy is untouched. More than. I don't know about the far side, but I gotta get back. We had a huge camp out here one time. After we did a cleanup at this stuff got touched. After we did the cleanup at Vincent Gap down at Mine Gap, Vincent Gap Mine Gulch. We did the cleanup there. We pulled out 175 pounds of trash. We all came up here and had a barbecue. We used this one, we used that one, and we used one over here, and some PCTers that were passing through came up and joined us. Sucked down all of our leftovers. They were even eating the ketchup and mustard packets. Little Jimmy made it. And somebody's camping up here. I don't think you're supposed to, but they are. I was camping right there one time with a gatewood cape in the snow with throwback material from the 70s. And there was a large group of Asians here taking this table and that table. And they said, hey, come here, come here. And they invited me to their big old fiesta. They had all kinds of food going. I still see two of them on the trail every now and then, but I didn't know any of them. Little Jimmy. He made it, man.
That's been here for over a week. It's got snow on it. It's empty. Nobody's there.
Okay. See damage at the other end?
Nope. Nope, just right where we saw down here. The burnt bushes.
And up there. There's
And
some
up
up there, and there's a few back over there, but
yeah.
the camp's pretty much untouched.
When's the last time I was here?
One thing that was just pointed out to me is the outhouses are gone. The bathrooms are gone. All of them. So, I don't know what that's about. If they're going to put in new ones or not. It doesn't look like anything was touched up there either. Anyway, that's good to hear. Nobody in that tent. There's snow in it. Looks like it's been there for a while. Somebody just left it. Look at that out there. You can see Long Beach Harbor perfect. You can see all the ships out there. All the ships out there and the cranes. We have 1 mile left back to the car. That was a great trip. Windy Gap. Back at the trailhead.